Disgraced royal Prince Andrew has been officially stripped of his titles and military patronages due to the ongoing sexual abuse case lodged against him by Virginia Giuffre, who was also one of Jeffrey Epstein's victims. Giuffre accused Andrew of sexually assaulting her when she was 17, after the teenager was trafficked by Epstein and his second-in-command Ghislaine Maxwell. A statement from Buckingham Palace confirmed via Twitter, "The Duke of York will continue not to undertake any public duties and is defending this case as a private citizen." Harper's Bazaar notes this means Andrew's roles and titles will now be redistributed among various senior members of the royal family, including Princes William and Charles. Aside from being left to defend himself in court and footing the considerable legal bills accordingly, Andrew is also banned from using the title of His Royal Highness in any official capacities going forward. According to an insider, the decision to strip him of his titles was widely discussed among the family, and there's no chance they'll ever be reinstated either, regardless of what happens with the lawsuit. Adding insult to injury, a confidant of Meghan Markle is now taking aim at Andrew in the press. Omid Scobie, the Harper's Bazaar royal editor and personal friend of Meghan Markle, criticized what he termed the ring of protection surrounding Prince Andrew, decrying it in an editorial for iNews as confusing. Scobie, who co-wrote the biography Finding Freedom alongside fellow royal expert Carolyn Durand, claimed the threat to Brand Windsor and the family business was what finally forced the firm to strip Prince Andrew of his titles. Comparing the controversial issue to Megxit, Scobie continued, "For the public watching this saga play out, the ring of protection around Andrew has been confusing, especially when you compare his treatment to Prince Harry, who, love or loathe him, simply wanted to remove his family from an unhealthy environment. Likewise, nothing was done about Andrew for more than 2 years after his infamous BBC interview aired." Scobie argued, "The royal establishment has long spoken of its need to reflect modern-day ethics, but when the selfish behavior of a pompous prince is quietly protected in a way that Harry wasn't, simply because Andrew doesn't challenge the system, it is clear that this is an institution whose moral compass is in desperate need of repair." Omid Scobie has gone to bat for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle many times over, with Tatler noting in a profile of the royal correspondent that he was one of just 3 reporters invited to Markle's final royal engagement before the couple absconded to the States. On why Markle trusts him to be party to such intense private moments, Scobie reasoned it's because his work, covering the royals for the likes of Us Weekly and Harper's Bazaar, speaks for itself. The co-author of Finding Freedom prefers to cover more positive aspects of royal life, given his coverage is aimed predominantly at American audiences. And although his book with Carolyn Durand wasn't well received critically, it was a commercial success. In fact, Finding Freedom went straight to #1 on the Sunday Times book charts, selling 31,000 copies in its first 5 days of publication alone. On its popularity, Scobie opined, "The support comes from the usual group. The Sussexes have a very big following, and they're keen to see a book that perhaps humanizes Meghan in a way we haven't seen before." However, although Omid Scobie considers himself a confidant of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, the couple hasn't always sided with him. During an appearance on British talk show This Morning, the royal author discussed the controversial epilogue to Finding Freedom and confirmed that there were certain things included in it that the Sussexes probably wouldn't be too happy with. Scobie shared that his methods in researching the book involved chatting to senior aides and palace staff, as well as building a relationship with Meghan and Harry themselves. He revealed,
"The idea for this book really came around when we started to see that a lot of the papers were sort of building this caricature of Harry and Meghan that I wasn't seeing in front of me."
Scobie saw it as a, quote, "opportunity to tell the other side of the story." However, the journalist said that he's not a mouthpiece for the couple. Regardless, it's certainly true that Scobie has no hesitance about speaking out against Prince Andrew. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more list videos about your favorite royal gossip stories are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.